Well, that's not really the effect I want.
This is a fun page. This
Shit.
this page is gonna have a whole bunch of those like sort of flash, the pink flashback vision effects on it.
Ooh.
There's a whole tier of them. This whole 5 panel row is all pink.
Yeah, I was looking at the page, like the first couple of pages of last issues, and you're right about the shadow passes and stuff. Like,
They're
when
just
did
like
that?
they worked on Gotham Academy. I just like as I was going through them, they're just for this book they're so heavy, and I just like it's not even so much the heaviness. It's just like I just think we should avoid any unnecessary sculpting. I think we just throw a flat color
Yeah,
on those characters, and
but
then
you
if
know
there's
what?
yeah, go on.
I was trying to reduce the light and the shadow pass even in the first 6 pages from last week, and I was like justifying every freaking decision I made as like and why I kept it there. Like I still can't let it go, you know? It's almost like, okay, well, light's hitting this direction, so clearly there has to be a pop of light to make the character stand out in this composition, and I don't know. I need you to talk me out of it.
Yeah, well, I just remove it. Like I'm just merciless about it. Like when I when I get the pages. So when the way we usually work is like I'll send Michelle pages, sometimes with a few notes. She'll do the colors, and then right before we send the files out to print, I'll just do like a pass. And usually we don't have time because originally I would just give you notes and stuff and say, "Can you adjust some of this stuff?"
Yeah,
And now there's so little
yeah.
time, I just go and do a quick pass over stuff. Um,
Now I guess.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, so I just went and removed a lot. I didn't remove it all completely. I just sometimes would just
No,
knock it
no.
way back.
You know, I think like I for the shine, I could totally see why that's just too much. It's unnecessary. But the one that I can't um I'm not sure how to tackle is, you know, when I have a really lit scene, like a very obvious light source,
Hmm.
and Rook's gonna have, let's say, sunlight hitting her helmet, then I'm like, okay, well, that's clearly a hard cut light, like an overlay layer or a hard light layer that has to go on with a low transparency. And so when I remove it, it just looks so, it looks like it's lit incorrectly, and it just bothers me so much. So I don't know if I
It's
should keep those
it
things in
is
or not.
probably lit incorrectly, and but I think part of I don't think we should think of it so literally in terms of what's
I
correct and what
know.
isn't. Like in terms like we're using fake light sources, we're using fake light palettes, and I
Yeah.
think we should just suggest. I think I like that first issue so much because um, we're suggesting times of day and light sources with just broad color, like flat colors, like coloring entire characters and scenes blue works for
Yeah.
me. It works for me really well. And I think you just have to like turn off the critical part of your brain that's saying this
Hmm.
is not what happens in the real world. Um,
Yeah. I think it just comes from my, also like not just Gotham Academy, but like my matte painting and my concept art painting um education, I guess, where
mhm.
the scene doesn't feel completed until I'm lighting it and putting it on the texture correctly, you know?
Yeah. No, I kind of go through the same thing
Yeah.
in terms of like because I, you know, I, when I'm going to remove some of that stuff, I'm also very conscious of the fact that it's there because it's correct, or that maybe it's there, maybe it's not correct, but it's there to like rim light something so it pops out from the background or something like that. You know, like I'll leave
Hmm.
stuff like I think I left alone a lot of the hair highlights and things that you did if they were
Hmm.
hard cuts. Like if they were brushy and soft, I would scrap them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I try not to go with the soft brushes too much. I
yeah,
think when I erase into them, they just automatically feather out.
yeah, I don't know. It's it. The point, I guess, the point is it's an ongoing process. Like we're still
Yeah,
figuring out
it's like
what the thing
going
is.
back and
Yeah.
forth. I wonder
Um,
if people notice.
I think you
Like,
should put some stuff online and show people what we're talking about. Like take a page and
oh,
because
I should.
I mean there must be something handy that's got like a
Um,
bunch of rendering on it that we're.
well, okay, well, we could talk about maybe this page is pretty simple, I guess. I'll have to open it in my files. Okay, let's do this page. So this was one of the
Oh, I haven't seen this.
pages I was struggling with in terms of what to keep. Well, my screen is lagging a little bit, so you guys are gonna have to wait to catch up with the audio. Carl,
You guys are seeing this at the same time I'm seeing it, because
oh,
I
okay.
haven't looked in this folder.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry for the shuffling around. Yeah, so I'll just turn on and off the shadows and the light.
Holy
so
shit,
this is what it looks
sandstone
like.
looks awesome.
Thanks. I enjoyed it very much.
Also, we haven't done anything with this palette yet, which makes it really nice.
No, not yet. Actually, as the page is already transitioning into a purple greenish color that I hope you like, but we can change it still. Anyway, so did I turn it off yet? I'm about to turn it off. So if you could see the page now, currently, I will turn the light and the shadow off, and then that is basically no rendering, just a few gradients here and there. And I don't know, does that look good to you?
I'm not sure what I'm looking at right now. I don't know if it's delayed or not. It looks like I see there's a lot of rock texture. Right now it looks great. So turn it back on so we can
turn it back on. Okay. Bloop. Give it 2 seconds. Anything? No, it's not updating yet.
Maybe it is, but I can't see a difference at this.
No, it's not yet. You're gonna see a pop on Olwen.
There it is.
Yeah.
I see. It's like the planks and walkways have.
Yeah, like Olwen's got like a bright red spot.
Oh yeah, okay.
On her, and Rook's got like light coming from her side.
Yeah, I see.
Behind her.
Okay, turn it off.
So again? Like it's. It's just stuff like that where I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know if I should keep that or not, because I like the heat. Like you could feel sort of the temperature. It grounds them.
It's definitely way prettier. Is it on or off right now? It's on, but it should go off very soon. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Part of me prefers. I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard.
Wait, Dog Trot, which one do you like better?
Here's
on
what
or
I'm
off?
Like, because when it's on, it's without question it is a more beautiful looking page. Okay. Mm-hmm. When it's off, it looks more like an animated Ralph Bakshi film, which is also awesome. Which is kind of the point. You know, it's sort of. Oh my god,
you're killing me.
Do you know what I mean though? Like it's not totally. As pretty, but it looks like something we would have seen on in like an old like Lord of the Rings film or something like that, which I think is fucking awesome. Yeah, it's just about being bold enough not to make the easy choices. Like it's a stylistic choice, and it's not necessarily the most beautiful thing overall, but it's capturing a mood.
Mm-hmm. I know, right? And so I guess that's just one of the pages. Like I'll show you the whole story spread. I don't know if you could see, but like, for example, this page, it's going to update a bit, but where she's looking up and we were talking about possibly a rim light on this weird, I think it's a female kind of head carved into the rock.
Oh, look at that color shift. So good.
Yeah, do you like that?
Yeah. Really nice.
But so like when Rook and Olwen are looking up too, there's like a clear kind of half of her is in shadow, half of her is still being lit by this whatever's remaining of the sunlight. So I'm like, okay, well, I could take away the shadow, but then it would just look like, I don't know.
Take
It
it
still
away.
looks good. I think color. Oh, I gotta open the layer up.
Oh, yeah.
This is just like a story file I put together so that you could see.
My gut says
I wish.
take away whatever shadow you put there, and instead of using a shadow, just put a color overlay on all those characters to suggest that they're in a different color of light right now.
Well, I'm gonna toggle between this light orange light I have on her so that you guys can see. I'll toggle it a few times. I think it might work just with the light though.
Oh, see, that's better. Better without the light on it. Look, I'm saving you all kinds of work right now.
Yep. I'm like, I don't know, I'm speechless. I feel like I'll do it anyway, and then I'll have to turn it off just to convince myself that it's the right thing to do until I get used to it. So yeah, you think both light and shadow off?
Oh wait, so hang on. So that's what's on right now. That's just with like a regular light.
Yeah, yeah, it's just like a very soft, like an overlay orange on her.
Okay, so turn the shadow on again.
Just the shadow is on this time with no light.
Okay. Oh man. See, I think I like it with just the shadow. Because the shadow, like that, I'm just looking at panel 2 right now. Okay, like,
Yeah.
like Rook looking
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, that's the main one I was talking about
Yeah,
too, because I
so
feel like
that-
that's the most effective one.
Right. That one with nothing else. Okay, so all those that shadow passing her face you got on there right now, that definitely has to go. Get rid of all that.
What about, so do I keep the light? I kind
all
of like the
all that
light.
sculpting's got to go.
You guys.
Yeah. Kill it. Kill that sculpting. We feel like we should tell Twitter about this. We're live art direct. Yeah, that's way better. And the light's nice. The light pops the characters out. I feel like we might have to keep the light just so it prints clearly.
Yes.
But on the
okay,
screen,
I will compromise.
on the screen, I would say just the shadow is enough because it sells the fact that she's in, that they're in shadow without any further. What I was going to say was, if you wanted to, if the sky was a specific color, you could just cast that whole shadow layer in that color. Like right now, it's still a fairly literal.
Just give it a sec. I just took off one of my experimental sky colors, and you're gonna see the sky go red. Okay. And I wonder if you will like that or not. It looks sort of like extreme sunset with like orangey pinkish clouds.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's nice. it's not as it's not as red as I thought.
It's not as dramatic. I do like the darker skies because it feels like more ominous behind that carving's face. I'm gonna keep it gray though. I think it works better.
I think I like the gray. But also I was thinking we could later in this issue it would be nice to do a red sky.
For sure. Like in that first issue we did and the carcass of the Hallam, I wanted the sky to be red, but I feel like it would have been overkill. Like,
oh yeah, Brendan Rose got the right idea. He just opened up your stream so that
so smart. Sorry for the delay, guys.
Hang on, I'm just gonna do a quick Twitter post here.
I like how Dogtrot's like quoting you. Basically, that's all I'm hearing. Kill your darlings.
Yep, kill it.
Fine, whatever.
You'll thank me later.
I know. Did you see the spread?
No.
I spent quite a bit of time on this, and I like it, but I still like. Did I go overboard? I feel like maybe
Throw it up on the screen. I haven't seen
I
anything.
could tone it down.
I've only seen what
It's up right
you
now.
got on you put on Twitch. Ooh, wow, holy shit, that's a lot of light.
Yeah, I mean,
but for these backgrounds, I don't mind, like these vistas and backgrounds. Throwing a lot of like sunbeams and rays of light around is I'm cool with that. It's just when we're affecting the characters too much. I think it's turning everything into too much of a painty, airbrushy look. Thanks for following, Zora.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me just quickly.
Ooh. You guys see the light I'm turning on and off? I have, if you guys want to see my layers, this is how many light layers I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 9 layers of light and atmosphere.
Oh,
if anybody's curious about the technical bits. When I was matte painting, I think my average layer count was like 50. It was so stupid huge. Or in a movie that shall not be named.
Twitter's super slow right now because of my stream.
Twitter. Wait. Okay, so what else can I show you guys? We could go see page 7. Carl, I think you might like this page because I was using more of the style of overlay you would throw over.
I just to be clear, I like all of them. I'm just.
I know you do.
Just trying to...
I'm not butthurt. But I think that you're right. Like if I could unify more of my palette and just go for the bolder complementary cuts instead of like, let's have a little bit of everything because I'm just tiptoeing around making a decision.
Yeah, I think our rule, like our loose rule, should be no shadow cuts or sculpting unless it's an important cast shadow. Like if as I said it before, like if Rook's visor is casting a shadow on her face, I think that's a valid use of a shadow. Or if like she's got her hand in front of her face and her hand is cast like to shield her eyes, and her hand's casting a shadow on her face. I think that kind of thing is fair. Anything else, we don't use.
But it looks so good though. Okay, wait, no, just look at this page first, and then I'll toggle on and off the shadows.
All right, I'm looking at it now.
I think there might be a delay.
I see it.
You see it on, right?
Right now, the shadow's on. Now it's off. Yeah, definitely has to be off.
Okay, in this instance, I would probably, if I turn the shadow off, I will go in and change some of the temperature of the characters just to make them sit better.
For me, like in panel 1, it looks good on because it's actually
it suggests like something's coming towards them.
Yeah, but the more I look at it, the more I think it doesn't need it. Like it, and especially the last 2 panels, like the shadow sculpting and stuff is totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
I think. So
yeah.
Those women in panel 2 are kind of getting lost, but I'd say for sure kill like all the sculpting on Rook's face and that lady in the last panel, like that stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff.
Wait, do you think the second panel isn't popping enough in terms of the ladies coming through?
Yeah, it's like and I'm just
it might get muddy.
Looking at it, it's kind of a thumbnail here, and it's and I can't really see them very well against the dark. canyon.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll either have to
One thing you might
Hmm?
be able to do is behind them where the canyon goes way back. Maybe there's light coming through that part of the canyon or something. You might be able to backlight that chunk of it because it sort of twists and turns
Yeah.
into the back, and the sun I think is kind of in that direction.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, I was gonna do like a sun setting. Remember how we were like this thinking about making it look kind of creepier and like more otherworldly, and I said maybe we should do a more purplish hue so it's not so obvious that it's sandstone. It's
mhm.
I don't know, got
No,
some
I like
element
that.
of
Like the
mystery in it.
purple is super cool because I was thinking
Hmm.
of doing like on the next page. I don't know if you've started that one, but like we might go completely purple sky
Ooh, good idea.
because it's
No, I
nighttime.
haven't started it.
They're going back to like have dinner in this like in this kind of cave colony city. And I envision that we can actually you can talk. I can call it up here on my screen too if you want. And
Oh, cool.
because I figured doing a purpley kind of lavender sky would be kind of nice, and sort of we're sort of easing into it in this scene already.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm just flatting the colors right now, so nothing is really concrete.
Mm-hmm. So I have to go back and look at comments.
Everybody says shadow on or riot. And by everybody, I think it's one person.
Excuse me for a second. I'll be right back.